All right, thanks everybody for coming. My name is Cummings. I'm a graduate student at Wayne State University studying library and information science. And today I'll be presenting on digitization and public library. So I want to start out with a basic definition of what the purpose of a library is. A library exists to provide facilities, resources, and services in a variety of media to meet the needs of individuals and groups for both formal and informal education. So the main objective of a library is to educate in different forms of media. So just a bit of a timeline. Early libraries, when they started in the 1800s in the U.S., the goals were met through books, magazines, newspapers, and pamphlets, all paper formats, all hard material that you could use to check it out. And later on in the 1900s, with the advent of telephone, they made a call for information things. In the mid to late 20th century, we saw the implementation of computers in libraries. The most obvious way was catalogs, card catalogs. If you remember, you used to have a drawer full of cards where you would look up a subject or an author, and you would then find the book on the shelf based on the call number. Well, that's now all online through an OPAC, online public access catalog, and you can access that in the library or anywhere there's internet. Also, circulation became electronic. Librarians don't have to use a stamp anymore to track where a book is and when it's due. They can just scan the book and all the information comes up on the computer. You can also track that information in OPAC, where a book is, when it's due, what library it's at, etc. Now, in a more recent history, we've seen reference become electronic. So you have encyclopedias and dictionaries in libraries still, but also through online services like World Book Web, you can just go and anywhere it's internet, you can go and look up an article, and you can get the same information that's in the book. You can get it online. And also, we know about newspapers and magazines in libraries. Newspapers are going down in popularity. Part of the reason is the internet. You can go online and look up news stories in the New York Times. CNN is free, as long as you have internet access, you can look up the same information that's in a newspaper. And also, most obvious for libraries is books. Books are now available in both print and electronic. So, a current trend is information is shifting heavily from print to electronic formats. And I want to discuss specifically Amazon.com's library initiative and the Google Books project and how it relates to public libraries. Okay, Amazon.com, if you're not familiar with it, online retailer. They sell not just books, but clothes, electronics, almost any kind of product you might need. But they're really known and really at the head of the ebook trend, ebook revolution. And this year, they announced that they would have library lending for their Kindle. The Kindle is their ebook reader. They have different versions of it. And this year, they announced that for the first time, they'd be able to, librarians, or library patrons, would be able to use their Kindle to download ebooks. So libraries lend ebooks already. Prior to this, they could only download them on their, Kobo or Nook or whatever the library would allow, because Amazon hadn't worked with libraries yet to lend ebooks. Now they can download it on the Kindle, and not just the Kindle, but items such as iPads, Blackberries, Android phones, anything that has a Kindle app, which is free. You can download an library ebook to that device from Amazon, or through Amazon, from the library. And also, Amazon has whisper sync technology, so if you borrow an ebook from the library on your Kindle, and you make notes or you highlight on that ebook, if you check it out again, the highlights will be there. But if someone else checks it out, your highlights won't be there. It tracks your specific mark. Now, in addition to the working with public libraries, Amazon has their own lending library now. They announced just recently that Amazon Prime members would be able to borrow 1 free book per month. And it's a selection of books. Not all books on Amazon will be available, but they will have bestsellers and some popular books. So that's another option that people who want to borrow a book have if they're an Amazon Prime member. It costs extra, but if you're already shopping through Amazon, you have another option to borrow an ebook. Another issue that's current and related to this is the Google Books project. This is a project by Google to scan entire collections of books, print books, to electronic format and house them online for easy access. So here's a sample. Pride and Prejudice is a book that I believe is in public domain. So it's a scan. Google basically scanned the book and it's online. You can go and access it. All you do is go to books.google.com, type in the title, and if it's public domain, they're probably going to have it. You can look it up. You can read it online or on an iPad or whatever device that's anyway. If it's not public domain, or if they don't have all the rights to it, you can still skim. You can skim it. You can look at like the first few pages, kind of like you would on Amazon. Unlike Amazon, there's some more legal implications with the Google Books project. People, question how legal it is because they're scanning books that, perhaps the authors don't know that they're scanning them, or the author passed away, or people don't know who the rights belong to. They've still been scanning the books and putting them online. So there was an attempt by a group with the Authors Guild et al. To settle with Google so they could get compensation for people whose works are being scanned. This was thrown out based on the fact that not all people whose books are being scanned were included in this group that was bringing this action against Google. And also, but still, this action hasn't been stopped, so you can still go online and look at Google Books. And this is kind of an ongoing thing. But what it means is that, there's even more and more information online that you have to go to the library to get. So what does this mean for libraries? What I think it means is more competition. Libraries always have competition with the internet and with other libraries, like academic libraries or bookstores. And now there's Amazon. Amazon will be able to market to customers through their library lending for Kindle. Basically, if you check out a book, Amazon can encourage you to buy a book, or they can encourage you to check it out again through their software. And additionally, you'll have another library through Amazon, if you're a Prime member, to borrow books. On top of that, there's sites like Booklending, ebooksling.com, where you can go and trade ebooks for free between other people who have Kindle. Say someone has a James Patterson book you want to read on your Kindle, but you don't have it, but you have a Suzanne Collins book. You can go and trade and borrow between people with different devices. And with Google Books, basically, Google Books, readers will be able to access more of what they want online, like I was explaining before, online access. But I think it also means for libraries an opportunity. Online services don't provide all the things that libraries do. Libraries are community centers. You can't gather with children and read and teach purely online like you would in a library. You don't have the human interaction, or the gathering place. Libraries also have the fact that they're a storage place. They archive genealogical information, like the downtown library has a genealogy department. They have rare books and images. They're also free, and Amazon Prime member still has to pay, that fee. It might be negligible to them, but it's still a fee that, they don't have to spend at the library, an extra fee covered in the taxes. That's another subject to discuss, actually. And librarians, they offer service that, an online company or online website doesn't. You might not be able to find everything through the internet, or you might not know how to find it. Librarians specialize in research and finding the right information in the right form. So the practical actions that libraries, I think, can take is participate in ebook lending. There's still places where people go to get information. So participate in ebook lending so people still get what they want, which they do already. You can have ebook story time, and ebooks are trending right now and they're becoming more and more popular. You can promote literacy with the new technology, and I know there are children's books on ebook readers, available for ebook readers. They can also add more computers in libraries. The one issue that libraries have is space. They won't be able to store as much information as the internet, but if you have more computers, more people will have more access to all that information that's available. I think these efforts will help the library to maintain its position as a hub of information and keep it from becoming outdated. So in conclusion, I believe libraries have to adapt as they always have. They adapted to computers and adapted ebook readers and online information access, and they're still valuable in the communities and to the people they serve. And I think as technology progresses, they'll have to find more ways to adapt using modern tools as they are made available. Any questions? Yes, Claudia.
I don't know very much about the Amazon lending library.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the loan period is?
The loan period for, well, let's see, if you borrow with the Kindle from your public library, the loan period is whatever the library period is. So like here, I think it's 3 weeks for our books, for our ebooks. So on your Kindle it will be 3 weeks. And I don't know if it would expire, or if they would probably charge you if you chose not to go in and return it like you're supposed to. Now with the library that Amazon uses specifically for Prime members, there is no due date, but you can only borrow one per month. So 12 free. But there is no due date with those. So that's another advantage that they might have over library. I mean, you can renew at a library, but with Amazon, I don't have to renew it. It just stays on there until you turn it back in. Yeah.
So if you borrow a book from the library for your Kindle,
Yes.
do you have to do something to return it, or does it automatically just...
I believe with Leo Public you have to go in and, I'm not sure about other libraries, but I think you have to go in and electronically return it. I believe it does. If not, it'll probably just